Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. Today is July 12th. It's a nice day out. It's not super hot. It's about 88 degrees, but there's not much breeze today, so it's going to be pretty hot. Humidity is about 50 to 60%, somewhere in there, so it's pretty muggy too. So today we're going to check on some queenless hives and see how they're getting along. It's getting kind of late in the year to try and requeen a hive. You could try this time of year, but even if it was successful requeening, they're going to be so weak going into the fall and winter. They're going to be really weak, so their chances of survival's not very good. So each time you try, the later it gets, the less chance of survival you have. So we've got 5 queenless hives. Hive 6, which you saw the last time, that was the inspect, fail, repeat hive. So this is try number 2 on it, so we're going to check it. And also, let's see, we got 10, 15, 19, and 27. 2 of these are queenless intentionally. I pulled the queen out, made some splits just to get my hive count up. And then Wildflower Meadows called me and said, hey, you want some free queens? So if I'd known those were coming, I probably wouldn't have pulled those 2 splits. Hive 15 is the other one I'm going to go into today. And last I was in it, so that's a hive that was a resource hive this year. And it had a 3-year-old green marked queen in there. And man, she was a champ. She laid like crazy for a 3-year-old. I've never seen a 3-year-old queen be quite so prolific. But anyway, I pulled, I bet, at least 6 frames of brood out of there and shook other frames of bees, and man, she just kept on producing. So she was getting superseded last time I was in there and checked on them. Had a nice big supersedure cell. So I want to get in there and check on that. So that was June 30th that I saw that. And June 30th in Hive 6, I saw several capped emergency queen cells. This time I didn't pluck any of them out and leave just the big ones. I just left them all. so just let them do what they're going to do. So I want to try and get into those 2 hives today in this video. And we'll probably pull honey maybe this weekend, but for sure next weekend. So it's been so humid, I'm letting the honey dry out a little bit more before we get going on that. So that's where we're at on our honey harvest. So the next to the last weekend of July, we'll get in there and hopefully get all this pulled and get it stacked up in the barn. And that weekend we'll extract it all out. So that's the plan with the honey. I'm probably not going to get in these other queenless hives. That'd make the video just too long. So we're going to try hive 6. That was second try, and 15 with the nice big supersedure cell. So let's get going. Okay, here's hive 6. It's got the brick up there on top signifying it's queenless. So it's not a very strong hive. In fact, we reduced it down. I can't remember if we reduced it on the 30th of June or before that, but okay, so we had capped queen cells in here about 2 weeks ago. So we should see us a mated queen, and she may or may not be laying yet. It's borderline that she's laying, but I'd be happy just to see a queen at this point with this hive. Population doesn't look too bad here. Look on the lid real quick for a queen. Looks like I also reduced it down to 9 frames. So this is just a pollen frame, a little bit of nectar here. Not much going on there. If we're going to see a queen, she's going to be in this area right here where the concentration of bees are at. But we'll work our way on over there. Make sure they have food stores, which I'm seeing a little bit of shiny nectar here, so they're not starving out. And pollen. Same on this side. A little bit of capped honey there and some shiny nectar below it. And that's needs drawn out still. We need to put some wax on that. This frame has a little bit of weight to it. There's a lot of bee bread, pollen mixed with nectar, and some capped honey up in the corners. Same on this side. So this frame here has several little marks on it. So this is a frame that had the queen cells. And they're not there now. So they've taken them down. Right here's where I got 2 dots. So right there's where they were. Where that little indentation is. Lots of pollen and nectar on this frame. And we got the same thing here again, lots of pollen and nectar. No signs of eggs. I'm kind of in the shade, so I want to get my flashlight out and look in here. No, they're shiny cells. There's nothing in the bottom. And this is mostly capped honey and nectar. Not a place where I would expect to see a queen hanging out. That last frame is the one that looked pretty good. Well, this side looks a little better. There's some space there for a queen to lay. But there's no queen laying there. And I don't see a queen. Man, one last frame. Well, I'd say we're 0 for 2 on this hive. We'll run back through real quick. Well, I would say it remains queenless. She may be out on a mating flight right now, but that's quite possible, I guess. Yeah, so it looks like strike 2 on this one. So if I had a frame of brood with some eggs, I'd put it in here and see what they do with it. It's awful hot to be digging through and finding that, but let's get on to number 15 and check it out and see how I'm doing heat-wise at that point, and then we will maybe go and get another brood frame and put in here, and maybe the 3rd time would be a charm. I'd like to check it again in a couple days and possibly and see maybe if that queen's out on a mating flight, but who knows. Let's get over to 15. Okay, here's hive 15. Looks pretty good. Decent population out front. So we're just going to pop this honey super off and move it. There's nothing in here. Okay, I'm going to try and do this with the least amount of smoke possible, so if there's a queen in here we don't run her off. So the Supercedure cell, if I remember right, was down in the bottom box. And it was a really nice sized queen cell. So when I did see that Supercedure cell, I did spot the queen that day on June 30th. Today's July 12th. Nectar frame, honey. Wow. That's solid honey. That is one heavy frame. That's a heavy one too. Same thing. Not quite all capped. Yeah, it's all, this top is maybe all filled. We'll see. So all the brood that's emerged has been backfilled with nectar and honey. Well, here's a lighter frame. See a lot of capped brood here. And larvae out beyond that. Man, that smoke got to me. So we have fresh laid out in this area. So there's been a queen laying there recent. The question is, which queen was it? And look at that. I don't think that green queen laid all that. Lots of brood on here, capped brood. Maybe we'll find her out on the other end of this brood. Here's a little cell right here. Boy, there's a lot of bees in here. Wow. Whatever queen this is, she is going to town. So she's the offspring of that one that was in here. That was a really good queen. So maybe we passed on some of that genetics. And another. Both sides. And this is a food frame, so she's not going to be on here. This is all nectar. This will be the same, but I want to look at it real quick. Yep, it's all nectar. Okay, so normally I would just stop right here, call this good. For the sake of the video, I want to go ahead and try and find her. So I'm going to run back through real quick, and if we don't find her, I may grab a frame that's got some eggs in here and take it back over to number 6. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. Then we'll go into the bottom if we don't find her. Oh, look what I found. Little Miss Greenie. I guess she is laying that. That is unbelievable. She has to be mismarked. I can't imagine a green queen laying that much. So I'm going to go down in the bottom and see if I can find that Supercedure cell. I have found the Supercedure cell. Right there it is. And when I saw it last, it was capped. And now it appears to be kind of broken. And there's some white in there. I can't tell that it doesn't look like a larva to me. So whatever it is, it's not a viable queen. Which is weird that it was capped and now it's not. While I'm in here cleaning up a little bit of this propolis. Man, that's one heavy hive. Boy, we created quite a ruckus. Well, folks, that's it, I guess. All the frames up here, they were all to the larva stage. I didn't see enough eggs to take one over there, so we'll go in another hive and see if I can find another brood frame, and I won't put that in this video. But man, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. If I would have left this hive alone and not made it a resource hive, it probably would have filled 2 supers easily, because that green marked queen is just unbelievable layer. And like I said, I pulled at least 6 brood frames out of here and shook numerous frames of bees off making splits. So it's just unbelievable how that queen is performing. So yeah, I need to make some splits off of her because that's some good genetics there. But man, I don't know what to call this this video. It's Hive 6 did it to me again, so maybe 3rd time's a charm. I'll try and find a brood frame and get over there. So that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel on your way out if you haven't subscribed yet. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.